Hello and welcome to another day in Unicorn Land, all of my fellow unicorns. To beginners Zentangle with me, learn with me series. Although I put and more here, Zentangle adds more and more. As I'm learning there is so much more than just a Zentangle. We can always add more. Okay, so today we're on number 53, I think. I just wrote that down. I can't remember. 53. 53. We've done this 53 times. Or no, we've done it 52 times, and now we're on 53. So I am, ouch, ooh, jeez, please. I am going, oh no, I didn't put that back in the book. So here we go. I'm here, off to a running start. Maybe. Move my camera just the tiniest bit. Okay, now this one I like. Where did I put my piece of paper I just did it on? Oh, it's very simple. But what I'm looking for is tangles that I can put on edges. And this is going to be a perfect one for putting on edges. Not only edges, but you know what? I have always got these strips of cardstock. After, that I cut down a piece of cardstock, I have to cut it down to a certain size, and then I got these strips that's left over. And so I want to use these strips as different page edges or maybe little embellishments on a pocket or something. And so I want to find simple edges that I can use for this kind of a thing. And then not even a scrap of paper will go to waste. Like even my little scraps like this, I don't want to throw these away. So I have started making different, just small tangles on these little tiny, they're less than an inch wide and maybe 2 inches long. And I've made just little embellishments by using the small little tangles. And so, but that's what I'm doing with those, with my scraps. So a Zentangle actually, just like a ATC is 2.5 by 3.5 inches, and it's pretty much, the law of the land is the size. Well, a Zentangle, if you go by, excuse me, Rick and Maria, who first brought Zentangle into, they named it. They named this type of doodling to the Zentangle. They say a tile, they work on a tile that's 3.5 by 3.5. This one here is 5 by 5. So I kind of wiggle woggle away from the actual law of the land, the Zentangle parameters. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this here piece, but I'm going to go from corner to corner. So I have a long something, and it might end up being a divider, and then I might do others and tangles around it. So I'm going to make one thing I have learned is very helpful is to make like a little frame with my pencil just inside of the square of the tile. And that way if I don't, if then I won't get any of my stuff out my stuff. Okay, so here's how we're going to start this. We're going to start it first with circles. Now here we're going to just go with a circle at the top. And then I'm going to go all the way down to this corner at the bottom with circles, but I'm going to put about 3/4 of an inch between each one of my circles, or orbs, whatever we want to call them. And I'm just going to keep making them. until I get to that bottom corner, and then I will end. Okay, now between now each of these orbs, between each one, I'm going to make what we call a rice shape. So, and that's going to connect each one of those orbs together. We want the top of the rice shape to stop to touch the bottom of the circle here and the top of this next circle. So, and we're going to put that rice shape, I'm forgetting how to talk lately, in between each one, thusly. We'll get that all the way down. Oh, by the way, I didn't say that. This pattern came from patterns.com, and it was actually designed by, let me see who designed it. Let me tell you. Let me be accurate here. Sarah Fowler, and she calls it the Izit, I-Z-I-T. Is it or is it not? Yeah. So it's Izit by Sarah Fowler at patterns.com. That's where this comes from. Now, so now the next thing you're going to do, you're going to go from the bottom of this circle, the top circle, go from the bottom of this top circle to the bottom of the next circle, and just make an echo that line, sort of. No, you're not echoing the line because you're going below, but you're going making an arc. So you're below this circle to below this circle. Now you're going to start where you ended there, and it's below that circle, and go to below the next circle. Now we're below that circle, and we're going to go below this circle. And we're going to continue that all the way down, below to below, 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 and below, below, and below, below, and below, below, and we below, and we below, all the way down. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. I seen somebody teaching that she said she turns her tile and it makes it easier, but for me it does not make it easier to turn it. For me it makes it harder. If I turn it, then I get really confused. So what I'm going to do now what we're okay, we did below the circle to below the circle on this side. On this side we're going to go above the circle to above the circle. So we'll go above, but we're doing the same thing. We're making that arc above the circle to above the circle, above the circle to above the circle, above the circle to above the circle. See how that's coming out like that? Above the circle to above the circle, and keep following that pattern all the way down. Above to above. Now see how I did this just in a row like it is actually shown on the patterns.com. The girl I was watching she did hers like in a swirl. And I was getting too confused because that's too hard for me to understand. Don't just give me the simple first and then maybe I'll go and change. But okay, so this, okay, now this was made it easier for me just to do it straight. Now you're going to make, now where you come to each one of those dips on both sides, see it as it goes, dip, dip, see that dip, dip, like this. Wherever there's a dip, make another circle, but a very small one, a smaller one. Okay, and you're going to just put that, just tuck it in there. tuck it right in there in that little V shape that you made in the while you were doing the arcs. And each of those V shapes, you're going to need a little circle. Here we go. We're going to go with, and then on the other side, the same thing. You put that little circle, that little orb, into each one of those dips that you made. And all the way down. And then that right there is it. Doesn't it look kind of like a chain or a braid or something? And I think that looks just beautiful. Now you can start adding things. Well, you might want to shade first. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to first, my little circles, I'm going to color them in. Not the big one. I'm going to leave that big one just alone. For now, you never know what I might do later. But I'm just going to puddle. That's what we call this. We're going to puddle those circles, the little ones, the ones that we put in the little dip, the dip circles, dip orbs. Yeah, I end up making my own vocabulary for everything. Own vocabulary for everything. But I'm having such a good day today. I feel so good because I had some orders I had to get out, and I was kind of behind in them, and I got them all out today. Holy schmackajanoise, that makes me so happy. But anyhow, this is actually the finished, Izit, I-Z-I-T, I-Z-I-T, I-Z-E-T? And I gotta look again. Just a minute. Let me check this and get in this here book and see what did that say. I-Z-I-T, yeah. I-Z-I-T. Okay, this is actually it finished. But then you can do the little shading to, I think we've all learned that shading really makes a difference, really makes things pop. Really makes a difference and really makes things. Okay, Papa. Okay, yes. Now, which, my stump, where is my stump? This is my stump. Aren't I just the most organized together person you've ever met in your life? My stump is not in here. Okay, I'm not going to use my stump right now because I don't know where I put it. It's on this desk somewhere. Okay, well, oh, there it is, there it is. It had rolled underneath my little turntable thingy. I'm glad you all understand me. You just wait till you all get old. Yeah, you just wait. So anyway, okay, let me go. As you can see here, on this one, I started already doing a little bit of fun things. And so here, I'm going to do the same thing on this one. You can, I mean, this is just a beginning. This is a beautiful border, just as it is, but it's just the beginning. And so, like here on the other one, I put a petal in the middle and then a petal on each side. So it kind of looks like a flower. A petal in the middle and a petal on each side. You can make more elaborate petals if you want to, but I am just beginning. So I do what is simple first, what I call to be simple first. When I'm learning something I want to do, if there's a step out, I want to follow the step out just exactly like it shows, and then I start going from that. And then I start adding my own little touches. And to take it actually from being a Zentangle to maybe a Zen doodle or Zen inspired art. ZIA. I told you about those yesterday. Zen Zen Tangle inspired art. When you start adding things that are not actually a Zentangle, this is still a Zentangle right here because this here petal thing is called something. It's actually a and it's, you know what? There is so many different Zentangle patterns that it's hard to know which one has already been discovered. And so like, look at how pretty that is. And so, but once you start adding color to it, say color, if I'm going to color this, then it is Zentangle inspired art, even though I use only a Zentangle pattern. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? And I think if that's on a strip like this one, that would be just really awesome. And this is the poke leaf. No, it's not the poke leaf. This is the, how my mind just flies away. Flux. They call that the flux. The flux with tipple all around it. So it is actually, this one is actually a Zentangle pattern because it is the flux and it has tipple around it. But once I put color to it, it turns into Zentangle inspired art. That's what I learned. I'm not sure if the person I learned it from was all truthful, but hey, I go with it. So then, this one I think would be pretty if we had a little bit of fescue, which these little things I think are awesome. Just the little fescues. It almost makes me think of little bug antennas if you make two of them going that way. But a fescue is just that little bit of curvy line, or it can be straight, and then make just a little, like a very small half circle on the end there. So pretty. And just put them here and there and everywhere. I'm just, and see, some of them I come right out at the intersection thing there, and some of them I come out of the blossom. And we'll put one up here. And this, I think, is pretty. If you're making a greeting card or embellishing an envelope, and this also could be, like yesterday we talked about dingbats. This also could be a dingbat. Although they didn't say that on patterns.com that it would be a dingbat. But I'm learning about the dingbats too, which is a style of Zentangle. And dingbats really are what's used as uh, thought dividers in a book, um, uh, capital letters on a capital letter on a name or something. Dingbats. They've got a whole world of their own. A dingbat. And so this very well could be also used as a dingbat. If this was an edge on a, which I think I will be using this as, because I love decorating my envelopes. And see how I put that pencil line around, that it stops me so I'm not going all the way to the edge of the tile of my paper. I don't get the every so many of the teachers have their own little stores where you can buy Zentangle tiles and you can Zentangle supplies. I simply use cardstock and I just cut it because for me anyway, I would be afraid that if I start doing something on Zentangle tile and then I just messed it up in my own mind. They say there's no mistakes in Zentangle. Well, they haven't met me yet. Um, but they say when you make a what you might think is a mistake, you just keep going with it and do something with that little mistake line you made. And that is very true. And I'm going to get there too one day, but some of my things go in the trash can. So, and then this, I'm going to put also, I love this. This is called the, right now while I'm sitting here running my mouth, I'm trying to remember. But it's like, I don't know why it always makes me think of a bumblebee or a beehive. And let me see, A, B, C, what is this called? It's got a cute name, I remember that. I want to put a couple of those sticking out here too. Somebody will remind me underneath what this is called. That's one thing about my beautiful friends that watch and leave comments. They'll leave me a comment and they'll say, that word you was trying to think of is, and then they let me know, and then I know. And I say, thank you. And then I'll make me a little note of that somewhere and lose the note. But there's a name for this. And this, because it's one of my favorites and I use it so much, I really shouldn't lose track of it. But I am loving this. I am loving this. I am loving this. I'm hoping by the time I get all these made, I'll remember the name of it. I know you're probably out there shouting it out right now, and darn it, I can't hear you. Should do these on a live stream. I should do this on a live stream. I should. Let me know. Should I do this on live stream? I don't know. I don't know. I just do one live. Oh, I didn't do a live stream this week because usually I do them every, when do I do them? Saturday. And I didn't do one this Saturday. Why didn't I do one this Saturday? Just because. Our family's been on the roller coaster. You ever get on those imaginary roller coasters and you go up and you go down and you go up and you down, you go around and around. And sometimes your feet is hanging, sometimes your head is hanging. You're on a roller coaster. And then our roller coaster, like there for a while, just absolutely stopped, and we were just hanging there, just hanging on the roller coaster. And that's what happens sometimes in families. And and but then you know what? The roller coaster stopped, and we got off. So right now we're not on the roller coaster. Thank the good Lord for that. We're not on the roller coaster. And so I was saying that to get to what? Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. Oh, that's why I didn't do my Saturday night live stream. Saturday Night Live. I didn't do it because I was still not off the roller coaster. I was still on the roller coaster. You know, when you're on the roller coaster, you get seasick or whatever it is, seasick, motion sickness, whatever. Kind of makes you kind of numb. I envy all of you who have perfect families. Can I adopt your family? Give you mine? Just kidding. I love my family. I love my family. I'm telling you, even though we all have some like very strange ways, we should write a book. I don't know if it would be a comedy dramatic, or at least it's not a murder mystery. So that's good right there. That's good right there. Not a murder mystery. Look at this. Now, I'm thinking this is really pretty. I'm thinking it's beautiful. I think it's very beautiful. And then, I just get like all, let me see. I got these was from the Five and Below. And my friend bought these for me. She bought them for me because I helped her with her baby shower thing. And she says, I bought you a prize. And so she bought me these. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these little paint pens. So since she bought it at the Five Below, I know she didn't give any more than $5 for it. So, but I love them. Art 101 Creative Tools. Pastel watercolor brushes. I love them. I love them. I think they're very pretty. Oh, no, my pen went in the floor. Okay, see, so I just got this yellow one out because I'm going to make these little beehive looking things yellow. See, now I just turned this into Zentangle inspired art because I put color to it. But I think it's very pretty with the color in it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's just beautiful. And then maybe I'll take out the orange. Yeah, I'm going to take out the orange one. And I'm going to do my petals on my flowers. Orange. And these are just very pastel, so I like these. I like these. Some of my colored pencils and stuff are not real pastel-y. They got, like my Inktense, I love them. Inktense pencils. But they're really intense. They've got a lot of pigment, and so you really get color out of them. So a lot of times I use my Inktense pencil just as with a water brush. I'll take a water brush, dip it on the lead of the pencil, and paint that way with the water brush, with the Inktense, because there's so much pigment in them, and I love them so much. But then, I think I love all my art supplies. I do not think that is there any art supply that I don't love. I'm just thinking they're all just amazing. There's some art supplies I haven't used for a while. And one of the things that's been going through my mind is my light box. And I've got some ideas that I want to do with my light box. And so I need to take that off the shelf, dust it. Hopefully the light isn't burned out. And because I got some ideas that I want to do with that. But then I also have my felting, and I was looking through something else, and then I seen the package that held all my felting supplies. And I thought, oh man, I want to do some felting. And then I looked and I saw I've got a felting book, felting flowers, for felting flowers. And I said, ooh, I need to do that. And so I got all these needs. I need to get these in pretty quickly because, yeah, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I'm getting ancient. I don't know if I'm ancient or vintage or antique or just plain old. Maybe I'm retro. Well, I was born in 49. No, I think retro is more in the 50s and 60s. So would be retro. So, and I was born before that. So I guess I'm ancient. I don't know. I don't get them words right. I'm Vora. Vora is my word. It's going to be in the dictionary one day. V is for vintage. O is for old. R is for retro. A is for antique or ancient. So if you find something and it's old and you don't know how old it is or where to classify it, just call it Vora. And then you got it all covered. Nobody will tell you you're wrong because it's Vora. Keep that in mind. It's a new word. I'm going to write to Noah Webster or whoever it is that's in charge of the dictionary, and I'm going to tell him, here's your new word. And there. And I could even put, wonder if oh, my husband went and got his jacket on. He sits in here. He says it's too cold in here. He has to go get his jacket. So why does he sit in here then? Why don't you? Because I like you. He sits in here, said because he likes me. He's got a crush on me, I think. Oh, I forgot to do. I'm making the big circle. And that's all I'm gonna color. I'm gonna make it green. I didn't have this all planned ahead or nothing. It just popped in my mind as I was sitting here, because that's what happens when you're just sitting here doodling or whatever. I still call Zentangles doodles. I'm understanding that there's differences between doodling and tangling. And you know what? I didn't put I gotta fix that. Oh, my pen fell on the floor. Jeez. Okay. I need to get some arm extensions. Okay, because see, I didn't color that one. I didn't put no petals up here. I need a petal up here. Okay, and that one I didn't color. Okay, so I have to get my orange back and fix that. I gotta get that and fix that. We can't not have this fixed. Okay. Okay, now, this is it. This is it. Is it? Is it? It is it. Dr. Seuss could have made a book out of that. Is it? Is it? Is it or is it not? Oh, I think I'll write a Dr. Seuss book out of that. Is it word? Okay, now I'm going to read you something. I won't sing to you because my husband's in here. I get embarrassed sometimes when I sing in front of him. And so, but I'm going to find my book. He says I got a good voice, but I still get embarrassed. I still get embarrassed. I shouldn't get embarrassed. Why? I got more than one reading book here. Where did I put it? Just a minute. I'm finding it. Hang on. Hang. Oh, here. Here. Oh, gosh. Oh. You'll notice that I speak different when he's in here than when he's not in here, because sometimes I just do that, and that's just something I do. Okay, heart thoughts. So y'all draw Izit. I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it a lot. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. Let's go back here somewhere. Oh, I don't want to talk about workspace. I don't like the word right. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm a natural winner. There we go. That one looks like we should read that one. It looks like we should read that one. I got to get my spiky goggles on right here. Okay, I'll use my beautiful picture here. Okay, if you are going to listen to people, listen to the winners. Oh, I read this one before. I remember that, and it kind of gave me some questionable things. Listen to those who know what they are doing and who prove what they are doing. Okay, that's a little bit over my head right there. Now here it says, as we learn to love ourselves, we become powerful. Our love for ourselves moves us from being victims to being winners. Our love for ourselves attracts wonderful experiences to us. People who feel good about themselves are naturally attractive because they have an aura about them that is just wonderful. They are always winning at life. We can be willing to learn to love ourselves. We can be winners too. Okay, now let me read this one again now. If you're going to listen to people, listen to the winners. Listen to those who know what they are doing and who prove what they are doing. Okay, and I guess that would be very true. It doesn't tell you not to listen to people who are not a winner, because I think you should listen to everybody. So I guess that's where you come up with the difference between listening and hearing. And so, because you can, yeah, listen to everybody, but when you listen to winners, when you listen to people with a positive attitude, it's like it's contagious. Listen to those who know what they are doing and who prove what they are doing. And so, yes, now it's making more sense to me. And so, yes, the to mostly listen to mostly people who are positive, people who are optimistic, just people who are happy with themselves. And it is contagious. It will come to you. You will absorb the feeling that they have. If you're around negative people, people that just thinks everything's ugly and they're always upset, it has an impact on the way you think. So yes, I understand it now that I've read. I remember when reading this before and and it didn't sink in so much. It's sinking in now. So that's a very good one. And I love this book. And so thank you so very much for hanging out with me for all these 36 minutes and 12 seconds. And please draw this. Draw Izit. Where did Izit go? I lost Izit. Oh, there she is. I think that is beautiful. I Izit. That's I love words. Yesterday was Jeffrey's birthday, and we bought him. Papa went to the store and bought him 4 succulent plants as part of his birthday. Of course, he got new socks too and M&Ms, but everybody needs new socks and underwear. I didn't buy him no underwear. Just we got socks, and but he borrowed my label maker. When he went home, he says, "Can I borrow your label maker?" Because he wants to name each one of his plants, and then he's going to put the name of the plant, whatever he names the plant, and he's going to put that label on the pot. So everybody knows the plant's names. So, and that's very good because plants appreciate that. So if he's got some concern, like if he named one of his plants Izit, then he would be able to speak directly to Izit and tell him to absorb some more sunshine or something. I don't know what he would tell him, but anyway. And I don't know why I said that. It's just because I can't hush up sometimes. Okay. God bless you all. May He watch over you every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you on the next video. God bless.